Rajesh, Chaitra and Samir are all suffering from repetitive strain injuries. Initially, none of them were able to identify the symptoms because they are similar to a lot of other problems.
The common misdiagnoses are things like sprains, spondylitis, which essentially refers to degenerative changes in the spine as seen on an X-ray or an MRI scan, or arthritis.
So the very first step to RSI treatment is to identify the symptoms correctly. You need to keep an eye out for numbness in your back, neck and your wrists, a tingling and burning sensation, dry palms, inability to grasp things, and pain that gets severe at night. But diagnosing RSI is just the first step in a long line of treatments.
It's a multifactorial disorder and you will have to address all of them. So the solution is usually not a simple one, and it's not a condition where you can just prescribe some painkillers, for example, and be symptom free for a long time.
Samir's treatment has just started. Exercises coupled with the huge changes that he brought about at his workplace are showing good results. The first thing Samir did was to get rid of his laptop.
The suggestions they made were to use a separate monitor. So you need to have a bigger monitor which is placed at a higher level, connected to your laptop. You need to have a external keyboard, which you should not keep on your desk, but lower than your desk, right on top of your legs. You should also have an external mouse.
Though RSI is not an epidemic yet, still across IT firms in Bangalore, the alarm bells have already started ringing. That's the reason why you can see physiotherapy sessions and workstation modifications like these.
We are here at the office of Sterling Commerce in Bangalore, where individual workstation assessment is in progress. The height of the chair, height of the table, and several other ergonomic factors are taken into account, and workstation changes are made for each employee.
Hold right hand. Hold right hand.
Physiotherapy sessions are also held daily to protect the employees from hurting themselves while working.
We have had employees before we started this initiative who had to take off due to RSI related injuries. After we introduced these services, the severity of symptoms have reduced to a large extent. I would say absenteeism due to RSI related injuries have also reduced.
One of the basic precautions against RSI is to maintain the correct posture, and here's how we can get it right. While sitting on the computer, the top of the monitor should be below eye level. We should sit with our back supported on the chair. Our feet should be rested properly on the floor or on a stable footrest. We should use chairs with no armrests or adjustable ones as well. And our wrists should be flat and straight while using the mouse and keyboard. Meanwhile, Chaitra, whose injuries are now under control, needs to be very careful. Her initial treatment is what is called myotherapy, a method where you relax your muscle spasms using fingers, knuckles and elbows. It improves circulation and increases flexibility.
He also asked to look after my posture. That was main thing for me. He asked to correct my postures also. And then he started with the exercises and stretches.
Chaitra's parents are also keeping a close eye on her to ensure that she does things the right way.
When she watches TV and then when she does the painting work, I'll always tell her that be aware of your posture and sit properly.
Though Rajesh has switched over from IT to a less stressful job in the radio, he still needs to be cautious.
I can't shoot them anymore.
If not careful, he can have a relapse.
Once anybody has an RSI, they are always at risk for developing RSI again.
Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door.
It's like living with diabetes or living with a heart condition, I suppose. There are certain lifestyle changes that you have to make. And if you don't make them, then the disease is going to catch up with you in a different kind of way. So I'm perfectly fine doing the exercises and doing the stretches on a daily basis for the rest of my life.
We've reached the end of the show.
if you've been working really, really long hours, then here's a song for you and for me, for all of us working class people.
It's been a hard day's night.
Like with Rajesh and Chaitra, timely intervention can prevent RSI from becoming chronic. So if you show any early signs of RSI, go see an orthopedic specialist.
But when I get home to you, I find the things that you do will make me feel